Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of habits. Today, checking out some more Anchorage, some more sour slash wild ale from Anchorage. They are making a lot of amazing beers at the moment at Anchorage, and yeah, hopefully this will be just as good as some of the last releases we've had. So this is May the Wild Prevail. Look at that artwork. I mean, Anchorage is just making some of the best artwork in the beer industry, especially if you're a metalhead. This just looks amazing. Man, I love their artwork. This is done by Wolf Skull Jack, and yeah, it's dope. Check out Wolf Skull Jack. So this is May the Wild Prevail. This is another tropical fruit sour beer from them. They've done quite a few. They did just Slip Away, and they also did was Incantation this year. All of them were pretty good. I think just Slip Away was a little too sweet for my taste. And usually they're also really strong like this one. So this one's 9%, and this is a sour ale fermented in French oak barrels with Brettanomyces for 27 months. That's been finished on pineapple and passion fruit, and then dry hopped with strata hops, which makes sense because strata hops usually lend passion fruity and pineapple-y flavors. So this will be really fun to try. I've really dug the wild ales from them slash sour ales they've done this year. So let's check it out. Pours a nice, lightly hazy, I think it's mainly chill haze, a golden yellow color. Yeah, it is. It's very clear. Golden yellow color in the glass, white head on there. There is a bit of sediment in the bottle, but we poured it in without getting any of that in the glass. And it looks really nice. Really nice, tight white head too for 9% beer. Yeah, let's check out the aroma on where May the Wild Prevail? I was about to say where the wild prevails. It's a mashup of May the Wild Prevail and Where the Wild Things Are. But let's check out the aroma. Oh, it's really passion fruity. Man, the Strata really complements the passion fruit. Huge. I'm also almost getting guava. I think it's just because Strata lends such a plethora of tropical fruit. This smells really good. It almost smells like really, really supercharged tropical farmhouse ale or farmhouse wild ale with a like some white wine essence to it. Like, man, it's so passion fruity. Almost like tropical white wine type notes. Not crazy amounts of funk because there's so much fruitiness. But there's a little bit of like woodsy or woody funkiness to it, like old wood or something like that. But man, it smells like there's dry Vignes white grape qualities. Like, man, it smells really good. It's like Sauvignon Blanc or some, it's like almost like Nelson-y, just with strata hops and fruits. Like, because I'm getting loads of white grape. I almost got a hint of strawberry there for a second, interestingly. The big passion fruit. The pineapple is definitely there as well. But the big thing for me is like huge passion fruit. And strata really seems to just amplify that. Man, this smells so good. It smells really juicy, but it smells like real fruit combined with the juiciness of like really fruit-forward hops. And yeah, just like a really nice oakiness. It also smells it's gonna be a little less sweet than just Slip Away, which is awesome. That smells really good. Let's give it a taste, guys. Cheers. So much passion fruit. Oh, it's dry. Yes. Really nice Vignes dryness. Man, it's so tropical. So much tropical fruit. It's almost like and then it's so Vignes. It's almost like you crossbred like beer and wine or something. Like, that's already been done quite a lot of times. And I don't think this is really what it aimed for. But it's like, yeah, it's tropical white wine, tropical sour beer mixed with almost like, I don't know if I want to say tiki drink almost. Like, there's so much tropical fruit flavor. But I love that really dry, almost like champagne-y quality of it. Like, it's quite effervescent, really bone dry, and then just like a touch of, almost like a phenolic. There's like a spice on the end, which could also be like wood or the Brettanomyces. Man, that's good. Lots of pineapple too, but like the big player is just passion fruit, and I feel like the Strata just really amplifies it. It's like really juicy, pure, real passion fruit, and then it seems like just another layer on top of like passion fruit type flavor from the Strata hops. And again, this really cool dry Sauvignon Blanc grape kind of quality, almost like tannic grape skin and like a bit of a musty, grapey, almost musty, grapey funkiness to it. That's really good. I didn't expect this kind of beer at all. I didn't really know what I expected, to be honest. I expected more like just like really like a hoppy beer with some fruitiness. Not like something like really funky. It almost reminds me of something like Mikkeller's Nelson Sauvignon beers back in the day. Really does, just with fruit additions. Nelson Sauvignon, I think, was the name in Europe, but I just think it was called something else in the States. Nelson Sauvignon Brut, I think that was the name, right, in the States. And those beers back in the day, I thought it was really awesome. And this really reminds me of that. And yeah, I guess it's actually more, it's like cross between like beers, wild ales, and champagne, more so maybe, because yeah, there's white wine-esque qualities, but it really reminds me of like really dry champagne because the beer is dry as well. And then also because it's really sparkling and effervescent. Maybe not crazy sparkling. It's not like crazy levels of CO2 as you get in champagne, but I just love that it's like this fruity and dry and funky. And that musty woodsy funk. It's a shame I only got one bottle because right now I feel like the Strata plays in with just amplifying that tropical passion fruit, almost like a guava note to it as well. But I think with a bit of age, where the Brettanomyces get to work even a bit more, it could be a really cool, funky, tropical, fruity, almost champagne-y beer. It really, really reminds me of those Mikkeller beers back in the day, and I loved those beers. I thought they were so good. It was just like it's almost Orval-like qualities to those beers, and there's almost like something like that in here because of Brettanomyces, because that's what Orval is famous for having, and also that it's dry hopped. This is also dry hopped, so there's even connotations to that because you're using Brettanomyces and you're also dry hopping it just with modern hops. I think it definitely leans more towards some of these Mikkeller Nelson beers for sure. I mean, I think Orval is quite a different beer than this, but it's really good, and I love that it's dry, and this is so dangerous. It's 9%. It's not boozy or anything. It's just like so fruity and crushable. Like this is such a different take on really like you doing heavily fruited, funky beer and sour beer compared to what's going on the other side, like in the other ball camp, like with the whole super fruited beer, like super fruited kettle sours, smoothie sours, like. They're like drinking smoothies. This is just like super fruited too, but there's so much more going on, and it's so much more complex. Like there's so much like barrel char, like dry barrel character, and like there's like that funk as I talk about. There's like a woodsy funkiness. It's even like white pepper to it or something like that as well. I love that it's bone dry too, and it has like big fruitiness just like those beers. But the big difference is like it's not thick or anything. It's just like really bone dry and tart and fruity. And again, it's not like really sour. It is sour, but it's just like perfectly balanced with like tartness and everything. And underneath everything, there is even like the slightest hint of a crisp kind of malty flavor. It's just a light note. Dry hopped, super dry, funky, fruity beer. It really works for me. I think it's really good. I think this is actually world class. Brettanomyces beer. I'm actually going to go 95 on this. I'm liking it the more I'm drinking it. It's like wild ale stroke champagne stroke hoppy beer. It is so good. And scarily drinkable for 9%. It's good. It would be pretty interesting to see how this changed if you took it straight out of the fridge and then drank it and slowly, because I had this out for like 20-25 minutes before popping it, and I feel like maybe that's why I get more of a dry white peppery woody flavor, which I think is due to it being French oak, and there's a really nice almost like corky flavor to it as well, but I think some of that flavor and the funk and whatnot really presents itself more because it's not ice cold. But man, it's dangerous. I'm almost feeling it drinking it because I'm drinking it so fast because it's just so tasty. That's really good. Like if you're a lover of champagne and dry, like effervescent champagnes or just like really dry sparkling wines, and you love funky beers, like this is such a great kind of marriage between those kind of worlds. I don't know if even that was the thought, but it just reminds me of something like that. It's really, really good. world-class wine beer hybrid that's not intending to be a wine beer hybrid, but it kind of is. Again, yeah, it's so much like that, like Mikkeller and Nelson Sauvignon from back in the day. It's so much like that, just way more fruity and maybe less funky also because it's really fresh. Man, why didn't I get 2 bottles of this? This would have been so fun to age. But yeah, really good. If you guys had a chance to try Anchorage, May the Wild Prevail, let me know what you thought of it. This was fantastic stuff. I got this on Tavour, by the way, if you're curious. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers, and see you guys in another beer review.